Hello and welcome back to Lord Dynamic Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. I'm your host Lord Fan. In Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 build video, we are doing the light side version of Handmaiden. Yeah, it's more of a melee type frontline fighter. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 builds just like this. Here are the pros and cons of this build. Number one, you're a good frontline fighter. You'd be able to take out most foes, or even take out foes that your main character misses. Number one. Number two, you have very good buffs on your character since it's a light side, and you'll be able to lock down some foes. Number three, you have some nice feats, which that'll help. And number four, you can use melee weapons if you cannot find lightsabers yet. Disadvantage is as follows. This is a lightsaber build, so when you get a lightsaber, that's good. If not, you have to use backup for melee weapons. Number two, you got to really upgrade your weapons. And number three, your force powers are not offensive. So let's go ahead and start leveling up Handmaiden. This will cover the weapons version, aka lightsabers and melee weapons, if you're forced to use it, of Handmaiden from level 7 to 10. So let's start off with level 7. As for skills, we only get one. I'm going to go ahead and go with awareness, so this way she'll spot things that normally the other people cannot spot in the entire party. So that's the main reason I'm going for that. As for feats, we're going to have plenty of them. So we already got 2 weapon fighting improved. So yeah, she's good and set up. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I could do lightsabers. I already did the 2 weapon fighting, or the game did it actually. Okay, let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. Let's see here. I'm trying to look. Yeah, there's options. Take your time looking. I was about to do Vitality. That is one. That is a good one. Yeah, let's, or I could do others as well. I'm going to go ahead and do Flurry. This will do is give us an extra attack. However, we'll get penalized. So let's go ahead and go to the next level. Now for the next level is level 8. Every level is a 4 on the character levels. We'll go ahead and get attribute point. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to say this now. Pump up strength. Eventually, I will pump up Constitution, get that to 18, so Handmaiden could wear some implants. So awareness, we'll put that at 10, and that should do it. Yeah, soldiers are skill starved. We'll do Master 2 weapon fighting, so without an offhand weapon on the offhand, it'll be -2, -2. Otherwise, with an offhand weapon, it will be -2, 0, or 0/-2. So, yeah, see, we're going to get the viral sword, for instance, and I'm trying to look for the viral blade. And there you have it. We're all set. That's what it looks like for dueling weapons. Eventually, it'll be lightsabers if we find any. Now, we're going to go ahead and get Handmaiden to character level 9. We're still a soldier class. We're going to be doing this for a while until after level 16. So, we're going to put a point in awareness, and that's that. And yeah, you're going to need some with this build influence with her. Basically fighting with her and talk to her. So let's go ahead and do this one. Master toughness. We get extra vitality point. Besides the 10%, if it's over 20 points of damage, we get to shave off. And another hit point. So we get more vitality. Now Handmaiden's going to be character level 10 at this time. So let's go ahead and do skills. Awareness. Let's go ahead and do that. Next up, okay, unarmed specialist, that's going to be for another build. We're not going to do at this moment. Eventually, I'll make that. We're doing improved flurry, less penalties, -1 defense, but still, we get an extra attack. So, we're going to try to build up the master version. Now, for this section, this is the last time as a soldier from level 11 to 16. Character level 18 will do the fist fighting with her for influence. So we'll put points in awareness. Now for this build, you'll only be able to bump up awareness because of both classes. So we give ourselves a feat. This is for barehanded. That's going to be for another time. So let's go ahead and do Master Flurry. This time you get extra attack and no penalties. No, I should say attack type of penalties. No, of course, defense. You name it. And there you go. So now we're going to get to character level 12, so every level is a 4. We get ourselves an attribute point. So let's go ahead and do it. Attributes. I'm going to put strength at 16. Eventually, I will get Constitution up there. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do Constitution now. So lock in for Constitution because we're going to get it to 18, get it to ASAP, then we'll get some strength up there afterwards. As for skills, let's go ahead and do awareness, and of course, that's the only thing we could do. Yeah, Handmaiden has very low intelligence, well, 10 intelligence. You only get 1 skill point out of that. So we got that done, Master Flurry. So we got toughness, and I'm going to go ahead and look for what else I could get. And this is a good one. Regenerate vitality points. That'll help us out during this time before we become a Jedi Guardian. And we'll hit the OK button, and that should definitely do it. Now we're at character level 13 as a soldier, so we're getting some feats. So this regular class, I should say base class, one of them, is actually good for feats. Skill points, not so much. Still, we get ourselves another feat again. Get used to it. So let's see here. There's no lightsabers. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start out with improved conditioning. So we get, instead of 1 bonus to all of our saving throws, we get 2 now. That replaces the previous one, which is really good. That's the one we could do, so let's go ahead and do that. Eventually, I will definitely do the power attack as well. Now we're going to go ahead and level up Handmaiden to character level 14, so we're getting closer to our goal for level 16. Now for skills, we'll get awareness. That's the only thing we could do. As for feats, yeah, we cannot do unarmed strike. That's going to be for another build. It's be similar to this, except for we're focused on getting some unarmed strike stuff like, for example, gloves. So now we're going to go ahead and focus on master conditioning. Now the other one, improved conditioning, was +2 on your saving throws. This time it's +3, replaces the +2 one. So we get more saving throws, which is going to be very helpful. It'll definitely help out those will saves as well. And there you go for that level. Now we get to character level 15. I was about to say I'm going to get to 15 and stop leveling there, but I'm going to go ahead and go even this time. Now if I'm doing the fist fight one, I might go further. So let's go to skill. Let's see here. Awareness. That's the only thing we could do. She could be able to spot things that no one else could spot in the party, so she's good for that. Now we got a lot of options we could go with. We don't have lightsabers yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's see here. Okay. If we do weapon finesse, we're not. We're going to do dual strike, so when Handmaiden and someone else attacks the same target, she get a +2 to hit for the bonus. That's a good feat. And that's about it for this level. Now, this could be last time as a soldier, and of course every levels of 4 for character levels, you'll get yourself a free attribute point. So we're going to go ahead and I have a choice. I'm going to go ahead and do Constitution. I'm going to get that to 18. Reason being is we pump that up like crazy to 18. We get to wear I should say Constitution 18 implants. There are some good ones there, especially for her. So let's go ahead and do improved dual strike. So instead of +2 bonus to hit, when her and another teammate attack the same enemy, it's +4 now, which is very useful. It is now time to level up from level 17 to 20. This is the class change. As long as you did the entire influence thing, and then when you get the dialogue for her to become a Jedi Guardian, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, this build will not work this way. So what we're going to do is do awareness. So we're going to start that path. Let's go ahead and do that. As for feats, we get weapon proficiency, lightsaber, Jedi defense, force jump, where we jump to our enemies, and Jedi senses. So Jedi defenses, this will help out against blaster attacks. So this way we could deflect them. And force jump, we just jump to our enemy. Eventually, that'll be automatically gained down the line, where we get to, of course, go to our foe. Jedi sense, this means we get we get some bonuses, if I remember right, in defense or so. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do weapon proficiency, lightsaber. We'll start out with that at least. So this way we'll get her a lightsaber. If there's another one, we'll get her that too. First one we get is heal. This will heal our characters for 5 vitality points, plus your charisma and wisdom modifier and your character level as well. Force valor will get 2 attribute points for everybody. Now we're going to get our Jedi Guardian level 2. That is level 18. So let's go ahead and do that at this time. As for skills, awareness, we get that to goddess tier later on. As for feats itself, yeah, we get force sensitivity. That means we get extra, if I remember correctly, 4 additional force points. It's going to be very useful for Handmaiden. So let's do weapon specialization, lightsaber. That's one way we're going to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's +2 lightsaber damage versus +1 with weapon focus. And that's about it. As for powers, let's go ahead and bump up that that Valor to Night Valor. That's one way to do it. Also, there's a better way. Let's see here. This burst of speed will give us +2 defense and double movement speed, which is good. Now, Handmaiden's going to be level 19, so we're getting her up there. And since she's light side, she got +3 strength already. So let's go ahead and get that bumped up. Awareness, we'll get that there. As for feats, let's see here. We already got I think it's saving throw 1, lightsaber 1, toughness. So we could go almost anywhere with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do regenerate force points this way in case she buffs like crazy. We'll get some of that back during combat. We'll get the team attack one eventually down the line. She has plenty of options to go with. Now I'm going to go ahead and start, of course, get that Night Valor up there. Instead of 2, it's now +3 on attributes. And we get to be immune to poison. And Valor one's for everyone, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Now we're going to get to character level 20. So Jedi Guardian 4. So every level's a 4. Handmaiden will get ourselves an attribute point. So we're going to go ahead and do Constitution. We're going to try to get that to 18 before 30. Then we'll work on strength all the way. So yeah, we're going to try and get those 18 implants to equip. So we're going to go ahead and do Night Speed. Gives us 4 defense, 1 extra attack per round, and double movement speed. Which is good for Handmaiden herself. And as long as we're not wearing any armor, that'll be definitely fine to use. Now for this section is level 21 to 30. If you did not do no EXP mind tricks or the Korriban Secret Tomb EXP trick as a dark side user, well, 30's legit level, so let's go ahead and do 21. We're going to do the awareness skill. Now we got a lot of options to actually pick from. I'm going to go ahead and finish the Master of Dual Strikes, so when when myself and a team member attack the same target as Handmaiden, she gets +6 bonus to hit, and that's very good. As for feats, we're going to go ahead and start the Master Valor. That gives you 5 attribute points, immunity to poison, that everybody definitely gets. Best buffing spell in the entire game, especially like from the first one as well. Now we're going to go ahead and level up Handmaiden once again to level 22. That's character level 22, Jedi Guardian 6. Improved force jump, so I'll tell you that in a few moments. Awareness, we'll put a point into that. Force jump is the improved versions. You get bonuses to attack and, of course, damage when we jump to our foe. Now, Night Speed, we get 4 defense, 2 attacks per round, if I remember, and also movement speed is definitely doubled. And that's about it. And yeah, I'm going to show you that right now. Where is that at? Yeah, there it is there. Improved force jump. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's +2 to attack and to damage. Especially if we have dual wielding lightsabers or dual wielding melee weapons if we're forced to do that, which is good damage. Now, Handmaiden, we're going to get her to character level 23. That is Jedi Guardian 7 now. Skills, awareness. You got to remember that. This is a very easy build for skills. As for feats, okay, we're going to have to start picking some other feats down the line. I hate to say it, folks. Seriously. We're not going to do class skills at all. No. So she only gets 1 skill point. Yeah, it sucks for her, but it's how it is, really. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pick empathy. This gives us +1 bonus to persuade, awareness, and treat injury. That's going to be mainly for awareness, so we get +1 bonus to that. That's what I want. And powers, so we already got the Valor, and then we got the speed. Now we're going to get some crowd control going. Let's see here. I'm going to do a stun. This will stun one enemy. If it goes through, they're held, and everybody else could do some bonus damage against them. Now it's time to get Handmaiden's character level 24, Jedi Guardian 8, so every level's a 4 on the character level side. You get yourself an attribute point. Handmaiden's no different. So now we're going to get our Constitution at 18. This will get all implants in the entire game to use, and there's some good ones for frontline fighters like her. Put your point in awareness. That's the only thing we could do. As for powers, let's go ahead and see what we could get. Alright, let's go ahead and do stun droid. This will stun 1 droid for 12 seconds if they don't pass any saving throws or such. Good crowd control ability. Now we get Handmaiden to character level 25. That is Jedi Guardian level 9. So we're knocking out the Jedi Guardian levels now. Now this is the legit way, unless of course you did some EXP farming. Either way will do. But EXP farming, one way or another, will get you the max. So let's go ahead and do improve empathy. So this gives you 2+ points in persuade, awareness, and treat injury. We're mainly going for the awareness one for our bonuses for that. As for force powers, we're going to go ahead and do his stasis, much more powerful version than stun. It locks them in place if they don't get any saving throws succeeded. Or so. It's a good crowd control spell / lockdown force power, I should say. Now we get Handmaiden to character level 26, so that's Jedi Guardian 10. Yeah, we're really killing these levels. Ignore unarmed specialists, put a point in awareness. As for powers, let's go ahead and do is disable droids. So droids around 5 meters all get stunned. Good crowd control spell if they don't pass their saving throws. Now we're at, you guess it, Jedi Guardian 11. That is character level 27. So let's go ahead and do that. For skills, let's do awareness. That's the only thing we could definitely do. As for feats, okay, we got some choices. We're going to do master empathy, so we get +3 bonus to awareness now. That's why I do it. That's one way to do that. I'm going to go ahead and just double check. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. Yep, master empathy. So go ahead and do that. Next time we're going to work on some combat feats and anything else of the matter. Too. I'll probably do advanced Jedi defenses as well too. We got lightsaber forms. My advice on that is just check out each form and then pick which one you feel is best for each situation. We'll do stasis field. This is AoE type of stun, which is good. Now that AoE type of stun, you have to pass some will saves and such, or otherwise they're going to be stunned. Just want to clarify that. Now we get master force jump, so every level of 4 we get attribute points. So we got constitution now. Rest time for this build, we're going to get strength up. I could have did dexterity for her, but I felt like strength is much more better. She'll definitely max that out. Another lightsaber form we get. Destroy droid. It's an AoE type of crowd control. Holds them down. If not, you do a lot of damage against droids, which is a very good light side power. Now we get character level 29. That is Jedi Guardian 13. So let's go ahead and get Handmaiden her level on that. 31. That's awareness. Let's see here. Feats. I'm going to go ahead and check it out. And I'm going to go ahead and do advanced Jedi defenses +3 bonus to all deflection rolls. So it'll be much more easier to deflect blasters. Or it'll just soften the penalty if you got precision shot foes you're facing against with. And the master force jump, you get +4 to hit and +4 to damage. Forgot to mention that when you jump towards the enemy. We got another lightsaber type of stance. Check that out yourself. Now we're going to go ahead and do at this time get energy resistance. This will give you first 6 point shade off on elemental damage herself on Handmaiden if you buff it, if you use that to buff. So now we're going to get is character level 30, Jedi Guardian 14. So let's unarmed specialist, that's for another build. Awareness, we'll do that. Force channel, that means we'll channel more force points to regen, which is good. Now improve energy resistance. We get to shave off 12 elemental damage, and everybody gets to have the benefit from that. That's it for this level, and yeah, let me go ahead and show you that. Yeah, see, this force regeneration automatically gets, which is good, and there's your lightsaber stances as well. So definitely pick which stance you want to use from here on out to your own liking. So that's about it for this level. Let's go to the next set of levels. This next section of levels is level 31 to 40. So we'll start off with character level 31, Jedi Guardian 15. Awareness, that's the only thing you could do. As for feats, we got a lot of options. So I'm going to go ahead and look around. We're going to go do his Master Jedi Defense. We get +6 bonus to all deflection rolls. It'll help us against some penalties for the precision feats as well. So that's why I decided to pick that as that too. So let's go ahead and select that one. So we got Master Jedi Defenses done. As for powers, we use Master Energy Resistance. So for elemental damage, the first 20 points get shaved off. And by the way, Master Resistance is for everyone when you pop that sucker with Handmaiden. So we get Handmaiden now to Jedi Guardian 16, character level 32. Every levels of 4, you get your attribute points. Now we're going to put points in the strength. That's how we roll here, folks. Awareness, we get 34 in that department. As for powers, so we got ourselves the resistance done. And now we get some nice options to pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick up, let's see here. I think it's Battle Meditation or a Force Barrier. I'm trying to decide. Okay, Force Barrier will do. First 4 points of blunt piercing and slashing damage gets shaved off when we use that for her. Now we get Handmaiden to Jedi Guardian 17. Yep, that's right. We're getting character level, if I remember correctly, 33. So, put your point in awareness. As for feats, okay, we get another chance to select. I'm going to go ahead and get Master Power Attack, so we get plus 12 in damage, minus 3 to hit. And critical multiplier increases by 1, which is a good thing. So, if we want to take out many weak foes, we'll abuse that like crazy. You see, Handmaiden got a lot of options thanks to feats. Now we get improved force barrier, so first 8 points blunt, piercing, slashing damage does get shaved off when she uses it for herself. So that's about it for this level. Now we get to, you guessed it, character level 34, Jedi Guardian 18. So let's go ahead and do that. Ignore the unarmed specialist. That's for another time. We'll get a point in awareness. As for powers, master force barrier, so first 15 points blunt, slashing, and piercing damage gets shaved off with that force power. Now we're going to go ahead and get, of course, Jedi Guardian 19. That is character level, if I remember correctly, 35 or so. Put your point in awareness. As for feats. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and, let's see here. I was about to do, no, let's not do caution. Oops. You could do caution if you decide to put a point into that. Or you could do critical strike. Either one will do. We got a lot of feats, so we get to experiment on that. So what we're going to do is improve heals. So now every character gets healed 15 points plus any of the modifiers along with that. And that's everybody gets healed with that improved healing. So now what we'll do is for Handmaiden Jedi, we get to character level 36, which is every levels of 4. And we're going to go ahead and get to strength. So let's go ahead and do that. As for skills, awareness, that's the only thing you could do. Powers, let's see here. Master heal, now you get healed 15, I think it's vitality or so, with other bonuses as well. Now we get Jedi Guardian level 21 and character level 37. So we're really doing it. As for that, we'll get awareness done. Feats, I accidentally, you could do caution if you want to. I advise definitely get the critical strike line. Or you could do gearhead, but I'm going to be blunt about it. Yeah, I'll just say is at this time, just pick critical strike. That's the way to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's select that. We're going to get the critical strike line done. This will lower our threat range, so that's a good thing. So it'll be, I think, 19 to 20 when we use that skill against a foe with melee weapons and lightsabers. So now we're going to go ahead and do Force Aurora. Gives plus 2 bonus in defense. Now we'll get to character level 38. That is Jedi Guardian 22. And yeah, don't mind the robe side. I could put some clothes on her. Unarmed specialist. Let's go ahead and the skills. There's awareness. Okay, there we go. We'll get that set up. As for powers, we're going to go ahead and get another one. I think it's this one here. It's let's select that. That is a force shield. So Handmaiden will now get plus 4 bonus to defense and saving throws. So that's very good. That's what we want. So let's hit the OK button. And that's about it. And by the way, if you use the force defense line, the highest one, it can negate the critical strike feat penalties as well. I forgot to mention the critical strike penalties on that. Put your point in awareness for character level 39. Let's see here. Feats. Let's go ahead and do the second one, improve critical strike. That's one way we're going to go ahead and do that. We're also looking for anything else that's a matter of that too. Always make sure you look over your feats, seriously, because you're going to be getting a lot of feats. Eventually, you're going to run out of chances of getting feats, so good idea to inspect that. If you want to, you could do improve caution if you want to put a point into that, if you want. So let's go ahead and see here. I think I'm going to advise improve critical strike if you want to do that. We already got that. Okay, let's go ahead and select that. Improve critical strike. Your threat rolls will be 18 to 20. You get minus 5 defense when you pop that sucker, but you get more likely chance to do critical hits. Couple that with keen, you're golden. As for force powers, we're going to go ahead and do his force armor. Gives you 6 in defense instead of 4. So pop that sucker first, then do critical strike. You only get 1 defense out, all that. It's a good change off. Now we get Jedi Guardian level 24, character level 40. So we're closing in on the last of the levels. Every level of 4, get yourself attribute point. So we're going to go ahead and do strength in that department. So let's go ahead and select that. Okay, let's see. Let's get with Handmaiden on that as well. People put dexterity for her, but I prefer strength, so she has more raw damage. Put your point in awareness. Hit OK. And as for powers, we got the defense line done. So now what we're going to do is battle meditation. Everybody gets +2 attack, +2 damage, and +2 will save, plus vitality regeneration when she activates this force power. So that's about it for this character level. So let's move on to the next set. Now for this section of the levels, it's level 41 to 50, last of the 10 levels in the entire game. So let's go ahead and start with character level 41. So let's go ahead and do awareness. That's the only thing we could really do, so don't panic. Now we are going to go ahead and do master critical strike. So our threat roll will be 7 to 20, still -5 defense, but still much more likely to get a critical hit. You can also apply keen or anything else that gives you boosts to critical damage as well. Let's go for powers. Let's do the AoE version of battle meditation. So you still get the same from the previous one, +2 attack, damage, and will save and regeneration. Everybody else gets who goes against you is -2 attack, regeneration, and will saves. Now we're at character level 42, Jedi Guardian 26. Ignore unarmed specialist. That's for another build. Let's go ahead and do awareness. Hit the OK button. Let's see here, powers. Let's get more powers. So let's do is this one, master battle meditation. Everybody who's an ally gets +4 attack, damage, will saves, and regeneration. Everybody who's an enemy will get -4 attack, damage, and will saves. Very useful to abuse. I use this quite a bit, and believe me, it freaking owns. So now we get character level 43 with Handmaiden, so that's Jedi Guardian level 27. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of levels out of that, so yeah, we're going to milk it as much as possible now. So let's go ahead and do with skills. Awareness, that's the only thing we could do. Let's do feats. Okay, so now we get to pick some options here just for fun. If we wanted to, we could do is get the other ones, because every other level will get a feat now. I'm going to go ahead go off the wall and just do this on one thing. It should be up here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, not weapon finesse. No, we're not going to do that. Or melee finesse. Nope, we're not going to do that. If I had more dexterity, I would have did it earlier. So what we're going to go ahead and do at this time, because we got all the melee feats in the entire game, we're going to go ahead and boost up our melee weapons. So in case we can't find any lightsabers, we get real unlucky. We get +1 bonus to attack bonuses with melee weapons. So that's why I select that. We'll get the specialization as well done. After that, you can pick any feat what you want, or definitely have. So let's go with powers. So we got battle meditation out of the way. Let's do revitalize. So one party member who's down will get 5% health back if you use it for them. So it's a good revive spell. It's like a res spell in EverQuest. Now we're at character level 44. Every level's 4. On the character levels, you get yourself a attribute point. So this is Jedi Guardian 28. So we're going to do a strength. It's going to be odd. However, we'll have items, stems, you name it. Force Valor line, we'll even that up. Awareness, let's put a point into that. As for powers, let's go ahead and boost up the other the improve revitalize. It's the AoE version in the first tier, so everybody who's down except for you gets 5% of their vitality back. Heal them immediately after. I am dead serious. That's about it for this level. Now we're going to get Handmaiden, you guessed it, to character level 45, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and do that. Awareness, and that is, let's go ahead and take care of that. It's almost a 50 goddess level for her. Feats. At this time, you can select any feat what you want, but I prefer weapon specialization. Melee weapon gives you 2+ damage bonus with melee weapons. That's the only thing we could really do. We already got the dual strike. We already got everything else. That's why I selected that. So let's go ahead and do Master Revitalize. So instead of 5%, everybody else get their health back. It's 10%. That's called a bonus deal there. So let's go ahead and hit accept, and that's about it. Now we'll get our Jedi Guardian to 30. That is character level 46. Ignore the unarmed specialist. We're not going to need to use that. Seriously, we're not. That's another build. So let's do force resistance. So the first two, I think, 2-tier force powers We can negate if we pass a direct challenge roll, a D20 roll. If we do, and then you're immune to those type of powers for 60 seconds. We're going to work our towards way towards the other one, which is really good. And that's about it for that level. So we're now at character level 47. That is Jedi Guardian 31. So let's go do awareness. That's 49. Feats. At this time, you can pick any feat what you want. Because the rest of the feats are useless. Because we already got all the useful ones that Handmaiden could use. Yeah, even Jedi Defense, you name it. So I'm just going to have fun, just to improve caution. I could have did blaster pistols too, but that would have been like too far. Yeah, she would have been a Swiss Army Knight. I'm going to go ahead and do Gearhead. We're not going to use it, but still, that's the only thing we could really pick at this time. So we're going to go ahead and go up and do Force Immunity. So Force Immunity is this. So you're immune from all Force powers if you pass a D20 roll in the game. And if you do against an opponent, your opponent will say, I can't use my Force powers against her. She's immune for 60 seconds. Very good skill to use for her in case you're going in a tough battle. Now we'll get Handmaiden to character level 48. That's Jedi Guardian level 2. This is the last of the 4 levels. You get attribute points, so we're going to do his strength. That's the only thing we could really do. I should say items and other things will even it out. Awareness at 50, so she's at Guy's level for that. Congratulations. And now we're going to go ahead and pick the Force Push line. Basic Force Push foes back for 5 meters. They'll get stunned for 3 seconds. Great, so this way Anton could use a sneak attack against the Fool. That's why we picked it. So let's go ahead and lock that in. And that should definitely do it for this level. Now for Handmaiden, we get to character level 49, Jedi Guardian level 33. So you're not going to see any more of the crazy stuff no more. You already got the good stuff. Awareness 51. As for feats, pick any what you want. Because you already got all the good ones with this build. So this is just for bonus round gravy. Kind of wish I would have had a third class. I would have picked a Scoundrel or something like that for her. Just saying. We got ourselves Lightsaber and Melee Weapon feats. So we could go both ways with this build. In case we can't find any lightsabers, we got melee weapons as a backup. So just pick a like Gearhead or anything else. You could pick dueling if you want to, but I'd rather stick to one type of weapon stance, like for example dual wielding. I don't confuse myself as well. We got all the combat feats too, so we don't have to worry about that. Well, except for the range ones. For Force powers, pick Force Whirlwind. It's a much more powerful version than Force Push. They get stunned. It's very good for every. They also take damage too, so it's a nice Force power to use. So this way, Anton could do some sneak attacks against the target. Now we get character level 50, Jedi Guardian level 34. This is the last time you're gonna level up, so make sure you lock everything in. As for skills, what we're gonna do is awareness. Let's lock that in. As for Force powers, we're gonna go ahead and do is Force Wave. So everybody within about, I think it's 5-6 meters will get stunned for about 6 seconds or so. No, 15 meters will get stunned for 6 seconds. Great crowd control spell. And also lock foes in. Anton could do his sneak attacks. I'll thank Handmaiden for that later. So it's a good Force power to abuse and use. After that, we're basically done from level 1 to 50. So our next part of the build video, we're doing suggested party members. So let's go ahead and get that started now. Now, one thing out of the way is the influence. If you have maxed out influence or so with, I should say, Handmaiden, besides being a Jedi Guardian for her, guess what? She'll give you a wisdom modifier that'll be added to your defense. So if you have very good wisdom, that means that, yeah, you have a good modifier to that nice defense of yours. Now I'm going over suggested party members. Now, Anton, he's a good selection with Handmaiden. I'm going to say Biodir, he's all right, but again, he's more of a crafter. But if you take him with you, that's like 2 frontline fighters. Same thing with Mandalore, but he's more of a dark side playthrough. Now, Kira, she's a good selection because her Force power, she could crowd control, buff, and also go on the offensive. Vissa's a good one too. It depends how you, I say, build her. If you make her more of a utility player that's mixed between Force power user and attack, that's not bad, but a full Force power user, she's really good. Now, Mira, she is real nice, just like Ed, but minus the sneak attack. She does good damage, range. Harnar, that's just like the Mandalore. That's a dark side playthrough. As for the droids, T3 and 4 is not bad. That's the best selection if you pair the little droid with Handmaiden. KotOR is alright, but only for certain situations. HK-47 more of a dark side droid, so yeah, save him for your dark side playthrough. I probably should suggest is Kira, big time, or if you have someone that's more of a stealthy person, Atna or Mira, who uses blasters. And that's about it for party suggestion. Now, for this part of this build video, we'll go over gear. Now, please note that fact that most of the gear in the game are RNG, random on generation. So, for instance, if you're on Telos and you're like level 10, you'll get level 10-ish type of gear. If you're on, say, for example, Dantooine at level 50, then you'll get level 30 to 35 gear. So definitely plan accordingly. As for Handmaiden herself, definitely try to go for strength gear. If you can, for secondary attributes, go for dexterity and constitution as well. This build will go over lightsaber crystals or anything else in the matter too. I'll put a section in that as well. Now for robes, I'll definitely note the I should say Jedi Master and Dark Jedi Master robes too, along with Handmaiden's own robe too. So let's go ahead and start with the first set of equipment that you should have for Handmaiden. This section is similar to my Jedi Guardian / Weapon Master with a few modifications, so here we go. For implants, physical boost D package gives you +3 strength, constitution, and dex. This requires, of course, 18 constitution. That's why Handmaiden has that. If you cannot find it, look for the low versions of those. Make sure it has strength and dex at least. Headgear, Arcanian blinders, is the best one I could find. 1 defense, 10 immunity to fire. You're also immune to the following: stun, fear, and horror. If you cannot find those, look for those that are similar to that. Let's move on to the next one. Now for hands, this is a bit different. The Naito soldier gloves. So this gives you +3 dex and +2 strength. Soldier class only. If you cannot find any, sell for any hand-me-down strength ones. If you have a main character that's really focused on strength. Otherwise, definitely look for only strength only. For arms and shields, Vertpine prototype shields absorbs the following for 170 points. Energy, sonic, cold, heat, and electric. Also look for the melee shields as well. The Mandalorian ones are the best ones in that department. Let's get to the belts. Now the belts are similar to my Jedi Guardian / Jedi Weapon Master one. GNS Strength Enhancer +4 strength. If you cannot find any belt like that, look for any with strength in it. Or if RNG is not in your favor, look for any that has resistance. Or if there's any with dex, go for that as well. Now for robes, you could do Handmaiden's own robe. You get that at the Ebon Hawk after some influence matches when you talk to her. And what happens is she'll give you a robe. There's a trick on making credits with that. Now, the best robe is the either Dark Jedi Master or the Jedi Master robes. They're both the same, however, there are like a few, I think, defense or so. However, you want the upgrades for the following: armor plating overlay 4, +2 dex, +1 reflex, and 8 stealth. You're looking for the dex and reflex. It requires 27 repair to craft. The environmental underlay 5, which is 30% versus cold and fire, and resist 10 slash versus cold and fire. Requires 26 demolition to craft. If not, look for a strength robe. So let's move on to the next one. Now, for those of you who decide to go for armor, this is one of the good ones. Jal Shay Mentor Armor, Persuade +1, Charisma 4, Wisdom 1, and Defense 4. Now, you're really doing it for the upgrades. Now, for the upgrades, Energy Shielding gives you, if you get the 4th version, 30% versus energy. Requires 30 demolition to craft. Strengthening Underlay, you go for the 5th one, definitely. +3 strength, that's a must. And +3 constitution. Requires 29 treat injury to craft. If you cannot find an armor like this, look for any armor that's similar that allows you to use force powers and put those 2 underlays I just listed. That's about it for equipment. Now let's go on to lightsabers. Now this one's different with lightsabers due to the reason being is this simply. Now for lightsabers, we're going for more of the alternative ones that are real good. So the Barba or Ignat, this adds 12 fire damage. That's a good crystal to start out with. If you can find it, there's a really high level or mid-high. Ultima Pearl, +2 energy damage. Max criticals are 1 to 6, +3 attack. You cannot find those crystals, look for one that are similar to those for the main hand. Now, upgrading the lightsaber itself, you require some serious crafting. Energy Cell Skull for the Ultimate Dilithium Energy Cell, 5 energy damage. Requires 29 computer use to craft. have someone like Baldur or someone with computer usage in their department. Emitters, expert fencing emitter, plus 5 defense bonus, 3 energy damage, requires 27 repair to craft. If your main character could craft it, yeah, go for it. Lenses, Hontai lenses, plus 1 attack, 2 to 12 energy damage, requires 27 awareness to craft. Handmaiden has 27 awareness big time over that, so she could craft that on her own. So let's go with the offhand. Now, the offhand is similar to my Jedi Guardian / Weapon Master build. Arcanist Sapphire, this gives you keen, in other words, more likely to do critical hits, plus 1 dexterity, plus 2 strength, and plus 2 regen. Now, here's another one I like as well, Ampari Crystal. This is a high level tier crystal, plus 3 attack, 1 to 8 energy damage. If you cannot find either of those, or your main character is using them, look for alternatives to those. That's about it for the lightsaber offhand for the crystals. Let's go ahead do the upgrades as well. Now, the upgrades are exactly the same as the main hand. You want the ultimate dilithium energy cell for the energy cell part. Emitters, you want the expert fencing emitters. I already give information about how to craft those. As for lenses, the Hontai lenses are great as well. That's about it for lightsaber advice. Next part of this build video is combat demonstration. Now for combat and tactics, you want to buff your characters up. That's very important, or have your other party members. So definitely want to use Master Flurry or Power Attack. If you have good critical strike, then definitely you want to go for is the critical strike, I should say, feat to use. Either one's good. Jedi Jump, good idea to abuse that as well, because you could do a lot of damage. Despite the fact that Handmaiden has hand-me-down melee items, due to the fact that, yeah, I didn't get lucky on the lightsabers. On some, yeah, she could do some good damage as well. It's all about knowing when to use your force powers, knowing when to attack, and know when to have your allies help you out big time too. That's it for combat demonstration in this build video. I'm going to give some final advice. Here's some final advice before I end this build video. Definitely a good idea to, if you can, buff up before combat. Is light side force powers, help you out big time. If you have any force users on your team like Visa or Kira to crowd control, go ahead and do that so this way you do some extra damage. Good idea to have Mira or Anton in your party if you already have your main character as a force user like Kira. Other than that, this build could do some real nice damage. If you cannot find lightsabers first, go for melee weapons. Definitely upgrade them like crazy. You're asking why is that? Well, reason being is this. So this way you do some nice damage until you get your extra lightsabers. After your main character actually gets that. Handmaiden could do a lot of damage as a frontline fighter with the right force powers and upgrades. She could wreck everything in sight. This is it from my Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 Handmaiden light side build video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great day or night, and do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more Star Wars content just like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube's suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. May the Force be with you.